Hi, everybody. This is Lee, and I am talking about the AHCA again, and the fact that there's yet another battle, and that people are being advised to spend their time calling their congressman, either the Republican or the Democrat or whoever, to say, "Hey, don't do this." And so, okay, I have another suggestion that we start recalling some of these congressmen, both the Senate and House, wherever possible in the United States, and that even for their vote in the House on the previous AHCA, and then the contemplation or even the entertaining of the Senate version, which is going to be approximately 80% of what the House bill was. People are kind of thinking. The fact that it's even being entertained is problematic and calls into question the judgment of those who are entertaining that bill. My suggestion is the renewed focus and push and increase of time being spent on expanded and improved Medicare for all, the HR 676 bill, and then also increased pressure on Bernie Sanders himself. The reason being that it appears from what we've seen all this year, and the time that we've been dealing with this disaster of a bill, a health insurance package, it's becoming increasingly clear that Obamacare cannot stop Trumpcare. It can't, because Obamacare is too flawed. It's not able to withstand attack clearly. And so the back and forth has shown us that the Affordable Care Act does not stand up to the American Health Care Act, and that while the ACA Obamacare is slightly better, it's not good enough to stop Trumpcare or AHCA. It's just not able to withstand attack. The only thing that can actually stop Trumpcare is Bernie Conyers care. That's the only thing that can stop Trumpcare. Obamacare can't. And so the continued focus on like email, fax, tell them, make a video, whatever, text them, get on Twitter, say something, make a lot of noise. It's not worked doing that. This past spring, when Trumpcare was approved by the House, and that Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, seems hell bent on getting the AHCA passed. It's almost like he feels his life depends on it, and our life depends on him not being able to do that. And so it must be stopped. And again, Obamacare cannot stop Trumpcare. We've seen that. Obamacare can't. The only thing that stops Trumpcare in its tracks is single payer health care. It's the only way. And so, okay, sure, make a lot of noise over here if it makes you feel good. But the more noise that you make on behalf of Obamacare, the more this fight's just going to continue. Because, again, Obamacare cannot stop it. Maybe make more noise, increase the noise level for single payer. Spend some time over here, playing defense, fine. And then maybe also realize that the actual best defense is the offense. And so single payer healthcare, the Berniecare, whatever people are going to call it, Conyers care, whatever it's called, it's the best way to just drive up the middle and put it all to rest. Let's see. There's some states that are working on their own version, because they kind of see that there's no leadership at the national level. California, of course, is working on its own version of single payer. Washington State, New York, and are also working on their own state bills. And then Nevada, the state of Nevada, is working on not necessarily single payer or Medicare for all. They're working on Medicaid for all. And some people are nicknaming that Sprinklecare after the representative that came up with it and drafted it. It's a way that the community, the residents of Nevada, can actually buy into Medicaid as an option. And so they're using Medicaid as a type of public option. And so that's the creative solution that the state of Nevada has come up with. And it looks promising. It has to go through a Republican governor, but this is a governor who expanded Medicaid in the state anyway. And so people are hoping for the best for that. So states are coming up with solutions. If you're in a state with a Republican governor who agreed to expand Medicaid, that might be something to try in your state. And so there's state level efforts, as insurance against a failure at the national level. But at the national level, we can still work on things. Continue the phone calling to defend Obamacare, I feel is a losing strategy. I feel that more time spent on promoting and demanding, actually demanding single payer, a vote on HR 676, that it be brought to the floor, and then that Bernie Sanders introduce his Senate version and have that brought to the floor. Insist on these, and the price being that those who stand in the way get recalled when and wherever possible, from whatever state possible, that anyone who stands against single payer, that they face a recall. That's, the okie doke, ring around the rosy. How long does that game go on before everyone gets tired and just falls down? So that's what I recommend. These are various solutions that people have come up with. You can work on the state level to introduce something like similar to California, New York, or Washington State, or even Nevada's, the expanding Medicaid to all as a public option. So that's one. And then contacting your governor and your state legislature to propose that or ballot referendum if it has to be done that way. And then also the national level, you can go ahead and call and defend Obamacare if that's what you want to do. But I highly recommend instead that you use single payer and existing legislation in the House as the offensive strategy, and then also put pressure on Bernie Sanders to introduce his Senate version, because his Senate version is the only version, his Senate version of John Conyers' House bill. It's the only, legislation that can possibly stop Trumpcare, because again, the ACA cannot. So that's where we are. Bernie has to introduce his bill in order to stop the Senate version, of the AHCA, that Bernie Sanders has to use his bill to stop AHCA in its tracks. And so maybe call Bernie Sanders. While you're calling people, call the Vermont senator and say, you know what, people are dying. You need to, if you're, whatever you're thinking over, before July, we have to get something going here before they try to get a vote on their a low-key vote on the AHCA. Now is the time. We're running out of time before the July recess. So, think it over for maybe however long it takes you to think, but hopefully it won't take you too long. We need that Senate bill. Otherwise, we have to work on a state level, because it seems like Mitch McConnell is Anyway, I say good luck. There are solutions, and you can try various ways to make it happen. I'm going to post links to two very well done articles in the description. They're both from Truthout. One is from Dr. Margaret Flowers, who's been working on single payer for a while now. She breaks it down really, really well. The other is from someone who actually provides even more information on the concept of single payer and its contrast to the AHCA, and the fact that it intersects with economic justice in different ways. In fact, home health care workers, the $15 minimum wage, and then also the fact that most home health care workers are women, and quite a few of them are women of color, and that the reason why there's a lack of quality home health care is the fact that people are leaving that profession because of the working conditions. It's not well paid. There's no benefits. There's a need for more training. And so Medicare for All would solve that issue. And with the baby boomer aging into the senior level, that there's going to be a lot more demand for home health care, and that by 2050, people anticipate that the age of seniors, that the number of seniors will double because of the baby boomers. And so we need a solution. We need solutions, and hopefully these will serve. I'll post these links in the description. You can read up, and then call Bernie Sanders. Good luck.